Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Crochet for Baby. Thank you for watching and thank you for subscribing. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make this baby dress for a baby girl between 1 and 3 months. It's super easy to make. I made mine using a light number 3 cotton yarn with a 3.5mm crochet hook. You can also make it a bit smaller for a newborn between 0 and 1 month. Just use a 2.5mm crochet hook with light number 3 baby yarn. And for a baby between 3 and 6 months, just use a 4mm crochet hook. And between 6 and 9 months, use a 4.5mm crochet hook, also with light number 3 baby yarn. I also have a tutorial for this diaper cover in my channel that matches exactly with the baby dress, since I made it using the same stitch. I'll leave the link to this tutorial down here in the information box, so be sure to check that out. Okay, so without further ado, let's get started, and thank you for watching. Okay, to begin, I'll be using this 3.5mm crochet hook, and today I'm using this light number 3 cotton yarn. I'm using Wendy Supreme 100% Luxury Cotton DK. This is the equivalent to a light number 3 yarn. You can also use Bernat Softy Baby Cotton, or this yarn by Omega, it's called Sinfonia, or you can also use cotton number 10 with 2 strands. I'll leave a link to where you can purchase all these yarns down here in the information box. Okay, so to begin, I have 61 chains. This chain here measures 34 centimeters, which is about 13.5 inches. And the stitch multiple for this base chain is 4 plus 1. Okay, so to begin, on the second chain from the hook, 1, 2, I'm going to make a single crochet. Single crochet into the next chain, single crochet into the next, and so on. This is all I'm going to do for this first row, just single crochets on each one of the chains. At the end of this first row, I'm going to have a total of 60 single crochets. So continue like this. I'll meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of the first row. I have a total of 60 single crochets. Now for the second row, we're going to chain 3 and turn. In this row, what we're going to do is V stitches. So beginning onto the third single crochet, 1, 2, 3, I'm going to count this first one here where I have the 3 chains on top. So 1, 2, 3, I'm going to make a double crochet, chain 2, double crochet. This is how we're going to make these V stitches. Again, we're going to skip 1, 2, and into the third single crochet, I'm going to make a V stitch. So double crochet, chain 2, double crochet. This is all we're going to do for this second row, so continue like this. I'll meet you at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of the second row. I have a total of 19 V stitches. Now to finish, I'm going to skip 1, 2, and into this last single crochet, I'm going to make a double crochet. And this is how I finish this second row. Now for the third row, we're going to chain 3 and turn. Inside each one of these V stitches, so inside the chain 2 space, we're going to make 2 double crochets, 1, 2, chain 2, 2 double crochets, 1, 2. Okay, again, jump to the next V stitch, make 2 double crochets, 1, 2, 2 chains, 2 double crochets, 1, 2. This is all we're going to do for this third row, so continue like this. I'll meet you at the end of the third row to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of the third row. To finish, I'm just going to pinch here the second chain and make a double crochet here at the end. And this is how I finish the third row. Now for the fourth row, we're going to chain 3 and turn. Now we have this first fan, which consists of 2 double crochets, 2 chains, 2 double crochets. The second double crochet and this first double crochet, we're going to work a front post double crochet. So let me show you. Yarn over into the second double crochet, we're going to make a front post double crochet. Inside the chain 2 space, you're going to make 6 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then this first double crochet out of the 2 here of this fan, you're going to work a front post double crochet, and this is how you're going to work each one of the fans. So let me show you again. The second double crochet and the first, you're going to make a front post double crochet. Inside the chain 2 space, you're going to make 6 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now this first double crochet, you're going to make a front post double crochet. This is all you're going to do for this 4th row, so continue like this. I'll meet you at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this 4th row. To finish, I'm just going to pinch here this second chain and make a double crochet at the end. And this is how I finished this 4th row. Now for the 5th row, we're going to chain 3 and turn. In this row, all we're going to do is 1 double crochet on top of each one of the double crochets. So beginning into this first one, you're going to make a double crochet, double crochet, double crochet. This is all we're going to do for this 5th row, just 1 double crochet for each double crochet of your previous row, just like this. Okay. And here's the first fan, and then to start the next fan, same thing, just start with a double crochet on the first double crochet and continue just making double crochets on each double crochet. Continue like this. I'll meet you at the end of this 5th row to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I finished making the 5th row. I have a total of 154 double crochets all around for this row. Now in the next row, we're going to divide our sleeves. So what I have done here, I have stitch markers. So between this stitch marker and this first or this last double crochet, I have 17 double crochets. Then I have between this stitch marker and this stitch marker, I have 43 double crochets. This is going to be one of the sleeves. Now between the stitch marker and the stitch marker, I have 34 double crochets. And then again between the stitch marker and the stitch marker, here I have 43 double crochets, and this is going to be the other sleeve. And between the stitch marker and this last double crochet here, there are 17 double crochets. So in total 154 double crochets. Now for the next row, what I'm going to do is we're going to divide our sleeves. So here we're going to chain 3 and turn. Now we're going to work these 17 double crochets here, so the 3 chains counts as 1 double crochet. So on top of the next one, we're going to make a double crochet on top of the next, and so on. I'm going to continue until I have these 17 double crochets, so I'll meet you here to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I finished making these 17 double crochets, so including the 3 chains, I have 17 double crochets. Now I'm going to chain 10, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then I'm going to skip these 43 double crochets, and on top of the 44th double crochet, which is this one here after the stitch marker, I'm going to make a double crochet. Now for this side, I'm going to make a total of 34 double crochets, so continue until you have 34 double crochets, and I'll meet you here to show you how we're going to divide our next sleeve. Okay, I finished making these 34 double crochets, and then I chained 10. So now here we're going to divide our next sleeve, so we're going to skip these 43 double crochets, and on top of the 44th double crochet, which is this one here after the stitch marker, I'm going to make a double crochet. And now I'm just going to finish this side by making my last 17 double crochets. So continue like this. I'll meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I finished dividing our sleeves, and in this 6th row I have a total of 68 double crochets. I have 17 double crochets on this side, 17 double crochets on this side, and for the back I have 34 double crochets. So that's a total of 68 double crochets, and then we have on each side 10 chains. Now what we're going to do is we're going to make single crochets here on this side, and we're also going to make our buttonholes here. Now to do that, I'm going to chain 1 here, and into each one of these spaces I'm going to make 2 single crochets. So beginning into this double crochet, I'm going to make 1 and 2. Into the next space, 1, 2. Into the next space, 1, 2. Into the next space, 1 and 2 single crochets, and then here 1, 2. So up to here I should have 10 single crochets. So let me count them: 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Now into this row of single crochets I'm going to make a single crochet, and into the row of chains I'm going to make a single crochet. So in total I have 12 single crochets here for this part. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to chain 1 and turn. In this row we're going to make our buttonholes, so I'm only going to make 2. You can make 3 or however many you want to make. I'm going to make 1 here at the top and 1 here at the bottom. So let's see. Into this first single crochet I'm going to make a single crochet. I'm going to chain 1, skip this next single crochet, and into the next make a single crochet. So from here I'm going to count so that you know how many single crochets are in between. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 single crochets. Now I'm going to chain 1, skip this next single crochet, and into this last single crochet I'm going to make a single crochet. Now I'm going to chain 1 and turn. Now we're going to come back and just make single crochets. On top of the first single crochet, make a single crochet. Inside this chain 1 space, which is one of the buttonholes, make a single crochet. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Inside the next chain 1 space, make a single crochet. That's 11, and here at the top that's 12 single crochets. And this is how we're going to work this part here. Now if you're going to use bigger buttons, I recommend that you skip 2 single crochets instead of 1. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I've already cut my yarn, so I'm just going to pass my yarn through this last stitch here, and this part here is done. Now what we're going to do is the same thing here on this side, except that here we're not going to make any buttonholes. So this is what it looks like. So from here on, this is going to be the right side, okay? So to do this other side here, what we're going to do is I'm going to go to the top of this stitch here. This is the chain row, and I have this loop ready. So bring it through the front and chain 1. And into the same stitch here, make 1 single crochet. And then we're going to go back down. So that's 1. Into this row of single crochets, make a single crochet. That's 2, 3, 4. Remember, we do 2 single crochets on each base. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, I have 12 single crochets. Now I'm going to chain 1 and turn, and I'm going to go back up here doing the same thing. Into this first single crochet, make a single crochet. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 single crochets. Okay, now we're going to go back down for one more row, so chain 1 and turn, and then just do the same thing, 1 single crochet on each one of these stitches all the way down here. So I'll meet you here to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end. I finished making the 3rd row. Now what we're going to do is we're going to join both of these sides like this with the side where we did the buttonholes on top, just like this. Now you're going to insert your hook here. This is like the 1st row right there. Grab this loop, bring it through the front like this, and chain 1 like this. Okay, now into the same stitch here, go back in and make a single crochet. Now go back into this next stitch right there and through the other side as well, grab a loop and make a single crochet. So we did 2 single crochets here for this part. So now what we're going to do is into this space here, I'm going to make a slip stitch like this. Chain 3, double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochets. Okay, here's the first fan to this 1st row. We're going to start counting rows, so here's the 1st row. Now skip 1, 2, and into the 3rd double crochet. Right here we're going to make a fan, so 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. Skip 2 double crochets, 1, 2, and into the 3rd, make your next fan. Double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochets. Skip 2 double crochets, 1, 2, and into the 3rd, a fan. 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. Skip 2 double crochets, 1, 2, and into the 3rd, make a fan. Double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochets. Skip 2 double crochets, and on top of this last double crochet, your 3rd double crochet, make your last fan for this side. 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. Okay, now we have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fans along this side. Now we have the 10 chains, and inside these 10 chains we're going to make 4 fans. So you're going to have a total of 16 double crochets. So just insert your hook here into the space and make 2 double crochets, 1, 2, chain 1, 2 double crochets. Okay, here's the first fan. Again, insert your hook and make 2 double crochets, 1, 2, chain 1, 2 double crochets. And here's your second fan. Again, insert your hook and make 2 double crochets, 1, 2, chain 1, 2 double crochets. And here's your third fan. One more fan, so 2 double crochets, 1, 2, chain 1, 2 double crochets. Okay, so we have a total of 4 fans, and if you count each one of these double crochets, you have 16 double crochets. Now, beginning here on the side, on top of the first double crochet right here, this one here, make a double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochets. Okay, skip 2 double crochets, 1, 2, and on top of the third make a fan. 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. This is all I'm going to do now. Here from now on, just skip 2 double crochets, and on top of the third make your fan. So I'll meet you here on this other end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I finished making the last fan here, and I have a total of 12 fans. So let me count them for you. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. If for some reason here at the very end you only have 2 stitches, just make your last fan on top of that last double crochet. So as long as you have a total of 12 fans, you should be okay, because what we want is 12 fans here in the back and 12 fans here along the front. So we have 6 here on this side, so we should have 6 along this other side. So what I did next is the same thing we did here on this other side. We did a total of 4 fans. And if you count all your double crochets, there should be 16. We have your first fan, that's 4, and then we have the next 4, that's 8, and then we have the next 4, that's 12, and the next 4, that's 16. Okay, so now here what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a double crochet on top of this stitch here, not this one here, but on top of this one here, and we're going to make our fan. So 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets, skip 1, 2, and into the third make your next fan. So this is all we're going to do along this side. I'll meet you here at the end to show you how we're going to finish this first row. Okay, I'm here at the end. I finished making my last fan here into this last space. Now we have a total of 32 fans. We have 6 along this side, 6 along this side, and we have 12 along here on this side here, plus the 4 underneath this sleeve and 4 underneath this sleeve, so a total of 32 fans. Now to finish this row, you're going to go into this space between the double crochet and the 3 chains and make a slip stitch. And this is how we finish this first row. Now to make your next couple rows, what we are going to do is, I like to turn at every row, but if you don't want to turn, you can always do a slip stitch into this next double crochet and a slip stitch inside this next chain 1 space, and then make your fan inside each one of these chain 1 spaces without having to turn. I, however, like to turn, so I'm just going to turn here and make these 3 slip stitches here. So 1 slip stitch on top of the first double crochet, 1 on top of the next, and 1 inside the chain 1 space. Chain 3, double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochets. Jump to the next fan and make your next fan. 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. Now this is all I'm going to do all around, just make these fans inside each one of these chain 1 spaces. When you come here underneath the sleeve, remember you should have a total of 4 fans, so just separate 4 stitches and inside the chain 1 space make your fan. Separate your next 4 stitches and inside the next chain 1 space make your next fan, and so on, and then continue along this side all the way around. I'll meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this second row and I have a total of 32 fans. Now to finish, just go here between the double crochet and the chain 3 of this first fan and make a slip stitch. And this is how we finish this row and all the rows that follow. Now for the third row, you're going to turn. You're always going to turn and make these first 3 slip stitches. 1 on top of the first double crochet, 1 on top of the second, and 1 on inside the chain 1 space. Then chain 3, double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochets. Jump to the next fan and make your next fan. 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. Okay, this is all you're going to do all around, and at the end of every row you're going to have a total of 32 fans. To finish this row, all you're going to do is just go in here between the double crochet and the 3 chains and make your slip stitch. Turn and then make these 3 slip stitches. I'm not sure how many rows I'm going to do, but I'll let you know here how many rows. So continue like this, just repeating this row, and I'll meet you at the end of this row to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end. I did a total of 17 rows of fans, and it's measuring from the top of the neckline down to the last row. It measures 27 centimeters, which is about 10.5 inches. So now what we're going to do is we're going to make a very easy border here around the last row. So to do that, one thing, if you want to make it longer, you can. I'm just going to leave it like this. Okay, so now here to make this simple border, we're just going to chain 2, and this row here is going to be on the right side since my last row was on the right side as well. Now inside the chain 1 space, you're going to make a single crochet, chain 3, single crochet back again into the same chain 1 space, chain 2, single crochet between the 2 fans, so between this one and this one, right in the middle, make a single crochet, chain 2, single crochet inside the chain 1 space, chain 3, single crochet again into the same chain 1 space, chain 2, and then single crochet between the fans. And this is all I'm going to do all around, and this is what it looks like. It's a very pretty and very simple border. So continue like this all around. I'll meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I finished here. All I did here at the end was inserted my hook here into the space where I have the first 2 chains and made a slip stitch, cut my yarn, and then just pass my yarn through that last stitch. And this part here is done, and this is what it looks like. Okay, so now what I'm going to do next is optional. I tried this baby dress on the little girl that I'm going to give it to, and this part here is a bit too wide. So I'm going to reduce it a little by making a row of double crochets. So now what I'm going to do that, and again, it's optional. If you try this on your baby and you think it's fine, then just leave it as it is. So to do that, if you want to do this next step, all you have to do is insert your hook here. This is the row where we divided the sleeves. So into this double crochet, into the same stitch right there, insert your hook. I have this loop here ready. Bring it through the front and chain 1. Now, what we're going to do is we have this first fan. We're going to open this right in the middle between the 2 double crochets. Right there, insert your hook and make a double crochet. Skip these 2 double crochets and right in the middle, make a double crochet. Skip the next 2 double crochets and make a double crochet. This is all I'm going to do until I come here to this other end. Just skip 2 double crochets right there and make a double crochet. Skip 2 double crochets, skip 2 double crochets and make a double crochet. Skip 2 double crochets and make a double crochet. Skip 2, make a double crochet. Skip 2, make a double crochet. Skip 2 and make a double crochet. Okay, so I've done a total of, let me count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 double crochets. And now here we have the first fan, so we're going to do the same thing we did on the other end. Here, just insert your hook into this stitch right there and make your last double crochet, and then go to the top of this stitch. See right there? This is the double crochet, so into that same stitch, insert your hook and make a slip stitch. And this part here is done. Let me show you what it looks like. Let me cut my yarn first. And here it is. That's what it looks like. So it makes this part here a bit smaller and a little bit higher. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing here on this side, so let me finish this part here. Here all you're going to do is just pass your yarn through this last loop like this and hide your ends, and that's what it should look like. Okay, so I'll come back and show you how to do this other side. Okay, I finished here on this side, so now we're going to do this other side. So we're going to start from the back towards the front. So beginning here, right on top into this stitch right there, not this one where we have the double crochet, but into the next one, we're going to grab this loop, bring it through the front, and chain 1. Now we're going to make a double crochet right on top where we have this stitch here. I'm going to make a double crochet, and then I'm going to make a double crochet right here, right between the fan and this next 2 double crochets. This part here, we want it to look exactly like this other side, so I'm just doing the exact same thing here. Now here I'm just going to skip 2 double crochets and make a double crochet. Skip 2 double crochets and make a double crochet, and this is all I'm going to do until I come to the other end. Just skip 2 double crochets and make a double crochet. Here's the last space here, and at the beginning here on this other side we didn't do a double crochet into the fan, so here what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go into this stitch here where we have this double crochet right there and make a slip stitch. Cut my yarn and then pass my yarn through that last loop, and this part here is done, and that's what it looks like. We should have the same number of double crochets that we have on this side, which are 10. So let me see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. Okay, so this part here is done as well. Now I'm going to hide my ends, and then I'll come back and show you my finished dress. Okay, so here's my finished dress. I finished hiding all my ends, and this part here is done, and this is what it looks like. Here's the back. You can also make this the front, and here is the bottom part of the dress. I already have a tutorial for this diaper cover or these baby bloomers that are exactly in the same size along with the same stitch. So I'll leave the tutorial down here in the information box. Just make sure you make it in the same, using the same yarn. Okay, so this has been today's tutorial. I hope you like it. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.